Mhm. Welcome to the Big Cheese Weekender. Thank you for the opportunity for us to be part of it and to celebrate the bigger picture, which is really supporting British cheese industry, in particular artisan cheeses and their makers and their wholesalers and retailers and you name it. So I'm Juliana from the Old Cheese Room, which is based at Neston Park, Wiltshire, near Bath. And we use Neston Park Organic Farm, organic Jersey cow's milk, and we produce a few various cheeses. Our signature cheese is butternut, which is really kind of a revolution style French based cheese. But I've got a favorite one, which is always closest probably to my heart, which is called Jersey curd. That's probably down to where I come from. I'm from Hungary, and in Hungary, cow's curd in particular is quite a common dish, either in the savory or the sweet section, and you can find it on the table pretty much any time of the day and almost every day. So I was brought up on lots of dishes and cakes and desserts, which the main ingredient was cow's curd. So whenever I set up my business and I thought about this, I always wanted to have the option of producing curd. And it so happens that it's quite a special product because of the organic Jersey milk, which gives extra creaminess to this particular product. It has a shiny, well, not so shiny, but actually it has a more of a pale yellow color, and that's down to the Jersey milk, which makes it rich, makes it creamy, and quite unique. So I'm also using this curd in quite a lot of the dishes we make at home, and trying to talk about it and shout about it loud. I started with a cheesecake, baked cheesecake, which I used to sell at the farmers markets probably about 8-10 years ago when I was doing them. I'm still doing them, but that's when I started off, and to have variety of product on the stall. Just before the market, the day before the market, I used to bake freshly cheesecakes, and one of it was a Hungarian recipe from my mom's cookbook collection, and it was always quite a success. I always had very good feedback about it, and then it just carried on. So I always looking out for various recipes, and I thought, because we're going into October, which is a lovely season. It's actually my favorite season. Why not do something to reflect autumn, but it's connected to one of my favorite cheeses, which is Jersey curd. So I came up with the idea of baking a pumpkin cheesecake. It's kind of a heritage of my American internship, where I stayed on a goat farm and we were producing 22 kind of different goat cheeses. And my host Judy said one of my favorite pudding was a persimmon pudding. They have a tree on the farm, or two actually, which is producing these delicious persimmons, and she made the most fabulous persimmon pudding just around October, Thanksgiving time, I believe. And that's kind of just sunk in, and it always brings up USA at the beginning of October, and thinking about the persimmon pudding, and right after that the pumpkin pie. So my take on the pumpkin pie is actually a cheesecake using the Jersey curd and the pumpkin pulp, which I bank on a pumpkin can, because I've tried a variety of pumpkins, but I always find that there is so much moisture and I can't get rid of all of it in order to have a nice firm cheesecake at the end. So we're using Jersey curd for this recipe, and then I hope you enjoy it, and you're taking the time and possibly the challenge to make it yourself. It's really simple. It's not so complicated, but the flavors are right there, and you're gonna love it. I baked this recipe along for the filming, and usually my oldest child always tastes the curd, tastes the butter and the filling of a cheesecake. But when I bake it off, she's just not interested looking at the curd going into the cake. So this time she tried again the same thing, and as soon as the smell came on the kitchen and the living room as the cheesecake was baking, she actually voluntarily went for a slice, and then another slice, and then another slice. So I can tell the pumpkin cheesecake with Jersey curd was a success. I always take great pleasure when I see that the children are take to it and really enjoy it. So I hope you're gonna do the same, and take the challenge and bake that pumpkin cheesecake using Jersey curd, and which is actually, almost forgot, Jersey curd has won in 2 years ago on the Great Taste Award. We won 3 stars, and we had really lovely comments from the judges, which we're very pleased with. And another nice thing happened to us. Angus wrote a book. Angus Bird did, a portrait of British cheese, and he actually included Jersey curd, and one of the recipe which we use also. We use Jersey curd in our household, in pancakes, in waffle, in you name it, and I'll include it pretty much. And there's a lovely a lovely few pages about Jersey curd, about us, where we are, who we are, and about the Jersey curds. And it's a fabulous book to read. So I hope you have a chance. A Portrait of British Cheese by Angus Burdett. And happy baking. I hope you're going to enjoy the recipe and enjoy the rest of the program at the British Bake Cheese Weekender. The recipe is following in a small video with a little bit of commentary. I hope you enjoy. Now that we saw the recipe for the pumpkin cheesecake with Jersey curd, why don't we talk about why choose Jersey milk as opposed to any other milk breed? Jersey milk is coming from purebred Jersey cows, known for its creamy texture and taste and rich flavor. But is Jersey milk good for you? There's a few benefits for Jersey milk. Jersey cows produce milk that is pure, nutritious, and packed with health benefits. Well, did you know that Jersey milk is actually 20% higher in calcium than any other cow's breeds, which it plays key role in supporting and improving bone health. Contains high level of vitamin D, which is promoting calcium absorption. Not to mention nutrition like B12, which is responsible for healthy immune system. also 18% more protein in Jersey cow's milk than other cow's breed milks, and it contains essential amino acids, which is makes easier for the body to break down and absorb. It's also beneficial for muscle health, supporting good gut health, and Jersey milk contains protein A2 and not A1, which is greater benefit for lactose intolerance people. A2 easier to digest than milk that contains A1 and A2 protein. And there are plenty of other benefits for Jersey cow's milk. But let's talk about the Jersey curd being made. So there is another little video following this monologue here, and it's going to show a little way into the old cheese room at Neston Park Estate. Some pictures of the Jersey cows, and the milk gets into our trough or cheese vat, depending on how much milk we're using for Jersey curd. And we add a starter culture to the milk, which is a very minute amount, let alone the rennet. And Jersey curd is actually vegetarian because we use vegetarian rennet as opposed to animal rennet. The milk sets overnight, so it's a very slow acidification. Usually it takes about 16 to 18 hours, sometimes 20, depending on the weather and conditions in the cheese room. Heated overnight, less heat overnight. So there's quite a lot of factor which contributes to the acidity development. And in the morning, when either of the guys get in, my husband Karim or Joel, who makes the cheese, get in the morning, they usually check a pH meter. If it's me, I usually just taste the curd and take a cut on the curd to see whether it's firm enough, whether it's has the tingling acidity on your tongue. And then it means the curd is ready to ladle. We ladle it into supermarket baskets or crates, which we line with cheesecloth or muslin. And we put gentle layers of curd onto each other, which actually helps losing weight and forming the cream cheese. It's a very traditional recipe, to be honest. It's probably one of the easiest and oldest one. What I read about it is usually farmhouse ladies used to leave the milk overnight, set by the aga or the rainburn or whatever cooker they had in the farmhouse kitchen, and the next morning they just drained it with a sieve or with a muslin cloth, and they had a cream cheese, which they happily spread on freshly baked bread or toast or sourdough. You can use it in a lot of salads. You can use it as an ingredient for cheesecakes or pasta filling. Anglanotti, I believe, is one of the Italian pasta type, and the local restaurants, Oak Restaurant, has been using it. And all they do is add a little bit of nutmeg and seasoning, and the pasta is ready, and it's served with spinach, and it's delicious. It's just simple and easy, and yet the flavors are mind-blowing. I use it quite a lot. I like cooking and baking, as I said that before. So we use it a lot of, we make a lot of cheesecakes. We also do pancakes. The kids love pancakes, and that's the only way I can make sure that they eat different type of cheese than cheddar cheese or other cheese. They like hard cheeses usually. So I mix the Jersey curd into the batter, and it turns out really creamy and delicious. I usually put a little bit of lemon zest for even more acidity, and I just fry the pancakes, American types or European crepe Suzette type of pancakes, equally delicious. And I also made recently a tiramisu type of thing where I used mascarpone with Jersey curd and strawberries, fresh strawberries, which were macerated. Turned out to be a delightful dessert. So there's a lot of way to use Jersey curd, and I would just highly recommend for anybody to be bold and brave and just go for it, try it and improvise and and use it. It's a lovely product. It's there for everyone to enjoy. And I just hope you find a way to do so. Thank you.